at 12, but my job schedule, the schedule on my job had changed, and so we got to adjust. You know what I'm saying? But the early morning slot might be where it's at. Okay, might be where it's at. We don't have to compete with Smash JT and um, you know, Hypnotic and all of that stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, it's not January yet. It is currently the 29th. So New Year's isn't here yet. Shouts out to everybody who's in the chat. First things first is last week we did not do a show. Okay. Last week we did not do a show because it was a holiday week and it's just a lot going on. Okay. There's a lot going on. Admittedly though, part of it, so there's a couple of things that played into it. It was a holiday week, obviously Christmas, and everything going on. Two, I was trying to give myself time to get accustomed to this schedule, to get up early. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely 1,000% honest. I snoozed on my alarm a couple of times last week. I was supposed to do a show, but I snoozed on my alarm. I ain't gonna lie, my face hurts. Being up this early, absolutely. I mean, like, it's not being up this early. It's being up this early. Remember, guys, we was working late. Okay. So it is what it is. But hopefully I can get back to where I'm supposed to be as far as my schedule, my sleep schedule. So we're gonna get back to that. We're gonna see how this works out. Shouts out to everybody who's watching. So another thing to look at right now is you can see the super chat goal. Okay. Super chat goal is at 15 right now. 15 super chats. As long as it's at least $5 or more, it will count towards the super chat. If we hit 15 of those teal super chats or more, then we will be giving away some merch to someone at the end of the show. So make sure you guys, if you're interested in that, make sure you guys hit the super chat, and then we can work towards that goal. In the meantime, we got a lot of grifting to do. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of warm in this month, though. I don't know, this jacket might have to come off. All right. I gotta make sure I put up something that lets everyone know we stream at 10 a.m. Sunday through Thursday, and then on Sundays, we're gonna stream at 4 p.m. Okay? So that's how that's gonna rock. All right. Where do we start? We got a lot. I want to hold y'all too long today, but we got a lot of stuff. To talk about. Where do we want to start? Grifter man. All right. I actually made a video on this that's going to drop at noon, but I just wanted to dish on it a little bit before we get into the rest of the show. If you've been on these Twitter streets, you know who this guy Airbagged is when it comes to Gamergate, and where he popped up originally was he was one of those first Alyssa Mercante defenders. The dude is a pure psychopath. Okay? Guy is an absolute psychopath. And it's just because of stuff like this. Airbagged. I want this nigga to understand. Well, nah, never mind. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna make any threats. All I'm gonna say is, this is the type of guy that needs to. Oh, I didn't even realize. I didn't even think when I. Let me put this over here. Okay. This is the kind of guy that deserves to get his ass whooped. This woman on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, is just minding her business, giving out her opinions on things, right? And here comes this clown. You should delete yourself. What? She goes, yikes, airbag wishing death on me, a pregnant woman and a mother. You guys really do know how to show how disgusting human beings you truly are. In the face of those who disagree with you, don't you? Okay? Gotta love the deletion of his post. So apparently he deleted his tweets. I'm not surprised. As we've told a great many of you, these people who sit behind this moral grandstanding as if they are the moral authority. They hide behind trans rights. They hide behind women's rights. They hide behind, being against racism and all this stuff. So they can actually hide how disgusting of a person they actually are. To sit there and tell. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and grandstand like I've never told somebody to go and delete themselves before. But context is always key. Talking shit in a video game lobby while playing spades, while playing any, just goofing around with your friends, your homeboys, is different. Boy, kill yourself. Boy, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Well, they obviously know that I'm joking. But telling a woman online that you don't know, first of all, I don't think that's something that you say to a woman regardless. Yes, it's sexist. Don't care. It is what it is. But it's not something that you tell to a woman at all. Right? Especially a woman you don't know on the internet and you're telling her to delete herself because you don't like her political opinions? What? This dude is insane. If you actually go to his profile, let's see what we got. What's going on, Even Huff? We got Shadow 79 in the building. The Black Wizards is in the building. Yeah, we got to get used to this schedule, man. We got to get used to this schedule. I also got to do a better job of notifying everyone. Okay, where's this dude at? You go to this man's page. It's a very sick individual. Very sick. You can't tell me that there are. Look at this. Look at this. This person tells him, you should never tell anyone to delete themselves. You fucking retarded commie loser cuck. You're genuinely one of the most awful people on this website. I bet the 5'6" midget feels like a real big man after talking shit to a woman and telling her to kill herself, don't you? He responds, this is absolutely overblown. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've been told to kill myself from online gamers. Words mean nothing. People can choose to be upset by words. So, but this is the same person who's built his entire online persona getting upset over words. Isn't this the same guy who put on a cape and grandstand and was protecting Alyssa Mercante? Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Keep the same energy then, nigga. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, Evan. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. This dude is insane. Let's keep going. Dude is absolutely insane. And this nigga tweets entirely too much. Entirely too much. Hold on, let me see. Here it is. He retweets what she said. Here it goes. Okay, so this person says she's slow as fuck. It's crazy, and she's about to have a kid. Yikes, I feel sorry for that child when people start photoshopping all of the ugly features away and making it fun. These are your moral grandstanders, ladies and gentlemen. These are your moral. Like I don't care what you do. You don't go after people's kids. That's how you get deleted yourself. Well, you ain't got to delete yourself because there's people out there that come and finish you off for the free ski going after people's kids. She goes, oh yikes, attacking my unborn child. Can't formulate a better argument, so got to steep to extremely low standards of your viewer base. Yikes. Mighty Peanut. DEI is branded racism. It's called DEI. You mean racism? Do you motherfuckers understand what the word racism means? How is telling a corporate entity it is wrong to not hire the best people for the job because you want to hire people that check boxes? How is that racism? What a moron. What a complete moron. Absolutely, positively a moron. Let's go. Oh, and he responded himself. You came into my mentions defending a racist, homophobic, transphobic, and sexist asshole. I had no idea you were pregnant, but apparently you use this as a shield when people call your racist, homophobic, transphobic, and sexist tweets. Cry me a river. Man, y'all don't understand. I would give next to anything to run into this dude in person. Holy. I would give next to anything. What y'all saying in these comments? What's going on? Rolando says, bro, I'm 5'6". There's nothing wrong with being 5'6". There's nothing wrong with being 5'6". There's nothing wrong with being 5'6". Dude's a weirdo. Dude's a certified weirdo. Okay. Let me see. Does he go off? Oh, he says, here's the post in full context. Following her wishes, we will celebrate her life as my sister Lyndon's cabin in the beautiful hills of, I don't know where any of this. You got so mad at me clowning this Gamergate loser that you're posting about my family celebrating the life of my grandmother. Okay, don't know what that's about. A bit hypocritical coming from someone who just told Tinker Yorks to delete themselves. Where was she wrong? Where exactly was she wrong? You on the internet telling people to go delete themselves. I'm telling you guys. This dude. Hey, all I got to say is he going to get what's coming to him. He going to get it. He going to get what's coming to him. Somebody going to run into him. Absolutely positive. Somebody's going to run into him. Somebody going to say something to him if he actually be outside. Like he said he do. Somebody's going to run into him because if she's pregnant and she already has a child, that means there's a man somewhere. And telling somebody's woman, especially, I don't know if y'all seen her. I don't know about that nose ring, but it's a pretty woman. 9 times out of 10, there's probably some Chad behind clothes, or maybe a Tyrone. Maybe even a Tyrone. Hold up. Where is it? Oh, it ain't up here. Maybe even a Tyrone who is down to crash out about his woman. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Get into these comments. Let's see what y'all saying over here. All right. Let's see. Johnny Guillotine says, can't run into trolls in the open world because they don't leave the basement. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Leonardo Gostar, what's good, grifters, man? What's going on, my boy? Griff. We are here early, the early morning grift. It's gonna take a minute for everyone to realize that we are doing this early. I ain't gonna lie. I might have screwed myself a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So here's what happened. For those of you who don't know, here's what happened. Basically, the plan was to do Ninjacast at 10 p.m. every night. That was the plan. After I had lost my second job, so if you guys didn't know, for those of you who are new and didn't know, I was working 2 jobs all this year. Your boy was working 80 hours a week. And then if you include the YouTube hours in there, that's another 25 hours. So I was working a total of 105 hours a week. That's right. because I like to work. I like to work. Okay. We were working the day job from, what was it? It was 11:45. Yeah, it was 11 to about 9. Okay. Cool. 11 to 9. Then we drop I make my videos, drop my videos, and then I go to my night job from 11:30 to 7, what was it, 7 a.m. something along that sort. 11:30 to 7:30 a.m. Then I lost my night job. So we decided we was gonna stream more. The plan was to start streaming at 10 p.m. And that's what we were doing. We were streaming from 10 p.m. to about 12. Then my day job decided to fuck me right on over. That's right. What's going on, Furious Dan? It's good to see you. Good morning. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. Okay? My day job decided to, let me get up here. My day job decided to fuck me right on over. And they changed my schedule. These absolute idiots decide, after I've been with this company for over a year, my schedule's been the same since I got here. They decided to change my schedule from 2:30. Is it 2:30? It was, yes, 2:30 to 11:30. Who? So obviously that puts me in conflict. That puts me in major conflict, right? I'm doing my show at 10 o'clock. Now I don't get off till 10:30. It puts me in conflict. So right away, I started, jostling with my job, like, yo, y'all gotta fix this. Y'all gotta fix this. In the meantime, I started doing my show at 12 a.m. Mistake. Big mistake. One, I was already competing with Hypnotic at 10 o'clock anyway, but that's fine. But I'm competing with Smash JT. And people don't really like to stay up that late. Right towards the end, I want to say about maybe a week and a half before my job decided to fix my schedule and make it 12 to 9 instead of 2:30 to 11:30, I decided to start trying doing a noon show. And if you were there for the noon show was actually pretty successful. But by this time, it was too late. They had already changed my schedule. So that's why we're doing it at 10 a.m. instead of noon. All right? That's why we're doing it at 10 a.m. instead of noon. All right? So, by the way, it's not 2025 yet, but 2025's goal is our sub goal. We are aiming for 30,000 subscribers. That's right. It took us 2 years to get to 15,000. This year, 2025, we are going to get to 30,000 subs. We have to get at least 1,250 subs every month to meet our goal. If you want to help, make sure you like and subscribe all the streams, all the videos, share them out so that other people can see them, and this, that, and the third. We're going to get there. We are going to get there. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Let's get into our next story, okay? Double or nothing. Okay, let's talk about this. We got to talk about our favorite former Kotaku journalist, Awissa Mercante. All right, so I noticed this last night. I want to talk about this. Before I do, let me get into these comments. Evan Hubb says, being older, I got to live through the 80s. Damn, I missed that era. Lucky you, my boy. Irish Rebel says, I'm 5'4", and folks always ask me how I get the fit petite blondes. Embrace your height. There you go. Furious Dan says, chilling, my friend, on vacation from work until January 2nd. Lucky you. I need a vacation my damn self. Evan says, dude, the way things are going, it is scary to think that could happen. What? Scary to think what could happen? All right. All right. So, anyway, so I noticed this from Vera Dark last night and Master of the TDS. She retweets it. She says, while I may not like Alyssa, she doesn't like me. Back when she said her sister was doxxed, I said that was fucking disgusting, and so is this. We can agree. We cannot like each other, and I know many people in her sphere are okay with such a thing happening to the people that they don't like and encourage it. It'll never be an action I agree with. Fuck off with this bullshit. So I'm like, what is she talking about? What is Veradart talking about? You come to this tweet over here. Master of the TDS says, it would appear someone went too far and emailed Alyssa's boyfriend, informing him that he had been doxxed. I understand why people are angry, especially given that Alyssa doxxed Smash JT and messaged his wife. However, as someone who has been doxxed myself, I don't condone this, and no one should. Don't like Alyssa all you want, but don't bring family into it. We don't have to stoop to their level to prove a point. And this is what Mercante had to say. Someone emailed my boyfriend, who is not on social media except Instagram, his full docs on the farms. It's clear they want to terrorize everyone in my life. I deleted the OG tweet to avoid them keyword searching, but this is so fucked. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a hard time giving a damn. I'm having a hard time feeling bad. Good morning, Anime Mania 500. What's going on? I'm having a hard time giving a damn. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. Didn't this woman just dox Smash JT? Did she not just do that? And I'm supposed to care? I'm supposed to feel bad? I'm supposed to be like, oh guys, don't do. I would never encourage anyone to dox anyone. Would never do that. But I'm not finna sit up here and, oh yeah, like we don't do this. We don't pretend. I'm not defending this motherfucker. Not only did you dox Smash JT, but you went on Facebook and messaged his wife. I agree with everything Vera Dark said. I agree with everything Master of the TDS said. I wouldn't say it out loud. I'm sorry. Johnny Guillotine just said it best. It's karma. It's karma. Can I get a griff? Can I get a griff? Hold on. I got something for you. Alyssa. This is all I got for you. That's all I got for you. Sorry. That's all I got for you. I don't care. Now I understand it. I get it. I understand why everybody wants to do the whole separating themselves away from it because we don't want to be blamed for her being doxxed. But sometimes in life, no. Most times in life, you have to take accountability for your actions. You doxed Smash JT. You also went and you went after his wife. That man is married. He has children. What if, let's just play the what if game. What if, because we saw that loser airbagged tell his followers to go to page 7 of those legal documents that had Smash JT's information on there. What if one of this dude's weirdo ass followers decided to go to Smash JT's house and break in while his kids were home? What if somebody would have got hurt? That would have been on you. But I'm supposed to get up here and be like, oh, guys, we don't dox people. Don't dox Alyssa Mercante. Nope. You don't have to agree with something. You don't have to agree with something to acknowledge that the person that it happened to had it coming. Absolutely, positively had it coming. What's going on, Mike G? He says, morning, broski, morning, chat. Hope everyone's day is starting off great. Shouts out to you, bro. We got a super chat in the building from my boy MRI Gamer.
My nigga.
He gives us the coffee, man. You know what? I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but I am hungry as hell. I need to order my damn food. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm starving. By the way, that was the first of our super chat goal. We need 15 of them. If we hit the super chat goal, 15, at least 15 till super chats, we will be giving away some merch at the end of the stream. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah, man. So here's my thing. And I'll say the same thing I've been saying to Alyssa Mercante from the start of this whole ordeal. All you have to do is shut up. That's the part I don't really understand. Everybody else is hush. Not because they're afraid of us, but because it's common sense. I'm not asking nobody to be afraid of gamers or YouTubers or content creators in general. All I'm saying is, if you don't want the smoke, don't ask for it. If you don't want the smoke, don't light the fire. You up here talking about this is fuck. Did you think it was fucked when you doc smashed JT? Rules for thee, not for me. Rules for thee, not for me. It's perfectly fine if I dox you. But if you dox me, I'm a woman. You can't do that. Some of the fakest moral grandstanding I've ever seen. Yeah, she has a boyfriend. Now, speculating on the nature of that relationship, I've heard some things. I'm not going to speculate on that. I've heard some things about whether or not it's actually her boyfriend or not. I don't know. I'm not going to repeat those things because I have not confirmed those. Shit, hold up. There's something I absolutely loathe about my apartment. Just off the cuff really quick. What's going on, Bella Stephanie? How you doing over there on Kick? There's something I loathe about my apartment. I hate apartments with loose outlets. I hate it. I cannot freaking stand it. Every time you plug something in, it's loose and it's hanging out. And you got to walk on eggshells around your apartment because if you step the wrong way, whatever it is plugged up is going to just slide out of the damn socket like a small penis in a large fucking vagina. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. I hope Alyssa gets her act together. You ain't gonna win this. You ain't gonna win this lawsuit though. You ain't gonna win this lawsuit. Like the more and more I think about, you ain't winning this damn lawsuit. Okay, I don't know what your let me see. There we go. There go my damn chat. I don't know what you thought this was, but you ain't gonna win this lawsuit. I'm sorry. You have no case. You have absolutely, positively no case. Okay. Let me see. All right. Reminder, guys. Reminder that Super Chat goal giveaway. Okay. Super Chat goal giveaway. All right. We have a Super Chat goal. All right. We got to get at least 15 till super chats, and then I will be giving away some merch at the end of the stream. Okay. Also, check out the Squabble Shop yourself. The Merry Christmas stuff is going to be here until the first. Once the first gets here, I'm taking down the Merry Christmas tee, and we'll bring it back next year. But here's all of the gear. We got the Griff Wars, the Last Grift, the OG stuff, the Squabblers, teaching man how to squabble, all that good stuff. So, yeah, we hit the super chat goal, then we'll give away some gear. If not, we'll just move on with our lives. Okay. Anyway, again, the subscriber goal. Thank you for subscribing on Kick, Bella. I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, I'm tripping anyway. I need to get. Thank you, Bella. I really appreciate it. My day is going great. It just got started. I gotta be honest though. I'm really hoping you're not a bot account. I'm really hoping you're not a bot, because Kick is notorious for Kick is notorious for just having bots. Okay, so I really hope you're not a bot. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's move on. Shout out to we got super chats coming in. Shouts out to Furious Dan.
My nigga.
He says I can't stand. Oh, thank you, John Bond Zombie, for subscribing on Kick. I can't stand Airbagged and Alyssa. Listen, Airbagged, I really don't like that nigga. And reason being is because that's a man. I feel like I can do something about that. I can go at him in ways I can't go at Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa, I gotta be. I don't really hate her like that. I don't really dislike her like that. Like, I'm just gonna keep roasting her because, like I said, all she got to do is be quiet. If she shut up, if Alyssa Mercante was to be quiet and stop going at gamers, she'd be in a good space. She'd absolutely positively be in a good space. But she loves the attention that it brings. She loves growing her follower count. And she's trying to build her brand. But at the same time, she can't take the heat that she's getting. So she wants to sue. Furious Dan with the $5 super chat, my God.
My nigga.
He says, I keep doing that. He says, Griff, here is a 5. Thank you. That is our second of 15. Okay? Our second of 15. All right. Where we going next? Let's see. Did y'all see this morning? I don't even know if this is YouTube friendly. Did y'all see this morning? This was tragic. I woke up to this. Lord have mercy. Did y'all see this? This is not what I wanted to wake up to seeing this morning. There was 181 people on that plane. 181 people on that plane. The pilot was trying to land, and that's what happens. Oh my goodness. Oh My goodness. See, you just take yourself through the mind of a person who's on a plane. Oh, well, hold on. We got another super chat from my boy, Cryptic Beats.
My nigga.
He says, I don't support black businesses. I appreciate it, bro. I really do. I really do. Take yourself through the mindset of a person who's on a plane that might be crashing. You're on this plane. Shit's not going right. You think you're dead. You think you're dead. This plane is going to crash. We're going to die a horrible death. The pilot manages to get you down to the landing strip, and you're on the ground. You just got to find a way to slow down so you can stop the plane. And you're hopeful. You're hopeful. Oh, God. Freaking sockets, man. And you're hopeful. Oh my God, we're on the ground. I can't believe I thought we was going to fall out of the sky and crash. And you're hopeful. And the plane is going on the ground, might I add. And then boom. The only thing that I can hope is that those people who passed with hope in their eyes that they were going to make it. And maybe they didn't know that the plane was going to blow up. And I hope that it was instant, because wow, that was terrible to watch. Just one more time. Just one more time. Oops. That is insane. Rest in peace to everyone on that plane. What a terrible way to go out. Terrible way to go out. All right. Another video reaction. GameStop is going through it, y'all. How GameStop is still open is beyond me, but it must be by the skin, the last remaining hair on their chinny chin. I mean, like, what retail store you've ever heard of closed down right after being robbed?
Now permanently closed following what police are calling.
Hold on.
GameStop in downtown San Leandro is now permanently closed following what police are calling a ram and rob, where suspects use a car to ram into a store to rob it. It happened Friday morning. Store management declined an interview, but say the suspects only made off with a few $100s worth of merchandise, unlike what happened at its other San Leandro location. This GameStop location was hit on Christmas Eve. Management tells us the damage just to the front is estimated at $20,000. They say the suspects took off with upwards of 30 PlayStation 5s, valued at $450 each. GameStop in downtown San Leandro is now
30 PS5s? What does he think he's gonna do with 30 PS5s? Nigga, this ain't. What, he think he about to sell them for $600? Nah, there's no way you think that. So you just risked your life. You just risked your life for what? Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Potentially $13,000. He said the volume is low on the videos. Y'all need me to play the video for you again? Hold on. I don't know. I think it might just be Twitter, because I got the volume on max. Dude, the freaking charger keeps slipping out of the damn. $30 PS5. PS5s are readily available, my boy. Now, I guess since you got them for the free, I guess you think you're gonna get that whole 13.5, but I doubt it. I'd be interested to see you find 13. I'm not 13. I'd be interested to see him find 30 people who gonna buy them PS5s. Or maybe he will. I don't know. Maybe it's the hood. I don't know. But that's Yosemar says, "What's with your screen format? You hate it? You hate my screen format? That's hurtful. That's hurtful. That's absolutely hurtful." All right, what we got next? All right, so I saw somebody had commented. We're gonna go ahead and get into the Warhammer stuff. Somebody had commented earlier. Let me see if I can go back up and find it. Okay, Evan Huff earlier said, "I think you guys might be jumping the gun on 40K. I don't play it, but they said it didn't come from Games Workshop. It's a side item. I wouldn't trust them personally." I'm not a big Warhammer guy either. I recently got into it with Space Marines. So I won't pretend to be an expert. I'm only reporting what's being reported to you guys. I'm reporting it to you guys. Okay. All right. So where did it go? Femstodes are dead. Okay. Warhammer 40K walks back female Custodes. Attempted retcon. Check out the excellent video below. We're winning. Now, if you guys been around, there was this big kerfuffle earlier this year in 2024 about Games Workshop adding female Custodes into the Warhammer 40K lore. Now, Warhammer 40K, I don't know if there's any Warhammer fans in here, you know, if you guys can correct me on anything, but they've said absolutely positively there's no way there could have been any female Custodes. Okay? That their words, not mine. Okay? Why is hold on. Oh, okay. PlayStation bans consoles that are stolen, so seems pointless. Oh, really? Really? We're gonna come back to that. Shadow79 says they banned PlayStation 5s that are stolen, so it's pointless. Wow. Wow. Imagine buying a PlayStation 5 from somebody and you turn that thing on to buy your kid a game and that bit says no. You just sitting there like, did my PlayStation 5 just tell me no? Yes, it did. Anyway, so we're gonna react to a video. But this is the post. Feeling all sentimental right now because of a 12-minute video I hashed together on the fly. My female Custodes removal video on YouTube has flown past 25,000 views. Well, sir, it's about to get another view. Okay, let me pull it up. We're gonna pull it up. We're gonna pull it up. Damn, he has 73,000. Let's get it. Oops. You know how we do. We gotta at least put it on 1.25.
Greetings, Crusaders. How y'all doing? It is I, Marshall Beaumont, and I come here on this most wonderful of post-Christmas seasons. I mean, look, I can't deny that, politically, for, the right side of history, it's been good since November. I fully admit that. Winning left and right. There's been speed bumps, but you know what? We're doing fine.
There's somebody on Kick named Fentanyl Jeff. And he says, yo, you can't make this stuff up.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Shout out to Furious Dan with the super chat. He says, I don't support scalpers. Me neither, but I don't know where he's scalping on that PS5. I'm sorry.
World's healing. And what better way for the trend of the world healing to continue than the news I bring you now? So, okay, October. Warhammer, okay, before October, let's go back further. Let's go back to earlier this year when the Adeptus Custodes Codex released. And they decided, hey, guess what? Female Custodes are apparently always been a thing, according to Games Workshop social media. I mean,
and that's what we covered here on this channel. Apparently, according to Games Workshop, female. See, this is the type of stuff I don't like. You cannot just retcon stuff. You cannot deliver people decades of lore, decades of story building, decades of this and that, and then decide because, oh, guys, we're feminists now. There were always female custodes. You can't, guys, we see what you're doing. This is the DEI we're talking about. Yeah, apparently chat really doesn't like scalpers. I got to be honest with y'all. Damn it. I got to be honest with y'all. I didn't have to fight scalpers that much when I got my Series X and my PS5. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's continue.
The actual codex itself, I mean, irreconcilable with the actual lore, even as a retcon, unreconcilable. Absolutely not canon, because it simply can't be, because the rules of canon, or even a retcon is reconcilable with what came before. That's just the rules of literature. Now, GW, they're the usual interns on, Warcom, the Warhammer community, going off on. There's always been female custodes and blocking people left and right, and then the Tides episode 2, and talking about oh look.
They're saying the volume is too low. Hold up. Give me a second. What is happening?
Look, a female custode. I guess it's canon now.
What about now?
Tourists running their victory laps. Got spiky bits. I think it was spiky bits. It might have been Bell of Lost Souls. They're interchangeable. Who cares? Putting out articles that female space marines are next because we won, the Chuds lost, and all this stuff.
What about now? Can y'all hear it now? Let me bring it back a little bit.
Greetings, Crusaders. How y'all doing? It is I, Marshal Bohemond, and I come here on this most wonderful of post-Christmas seasons. I mean, look.
Okay.
I can't deny that politically, for the right side of history, it's been good since November. I fully admit that. Winning left and right. There's been speed bumps, but you know what? We're doing fine. The world is healing, and what better way?
You're hearing an echo. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. It's always something. Hold on.
For the trend of the world healing to continue than the news I bring you now. So, okay, October. Warhammer, okay, before October. Let's go back further. Let's go back to earlier this year when the...
Let me know if you still hear the echo.
Released, and they decided, hey, guess what? Female custodes are apparently always been a thing, according to Games Workshop social media. I mean, the actual codex itself, I mean, irreconcilable with the actual lore, even as a retcon, unreconcilable. Absolutely not canon, because it simply can't be, because the rules of canon, or even a retcon must be reconcilable with what came before. That's just the rules of literature. Now, GW, you know, they're their usual interns on, you know, Warcom, Warhammer community, going off on. There's always been female custodes and blocking people left and right.
How the fuck is there still? There's never been an echo. It's never been an echo, and now all of a sudden there's an echo. I mean, give me a second, y'all. This is audio capture. Let me see.
And then, you know, the Tithes, episode 2, and, you know, talking about, oh, look, a female custode. I guess it's canon now. All the fucking tourists.
Yeah.
Running their victory laps, you know, we got spiky bits. I think it was spiky bits. It might have been Bell of Lost Souls. They're interchangeable. Who cares? Putting out articles that female space marines are next because we won, the Chuds lost, and all this stuff, right? All this crap. Well, so let's fast forward to. Okay.
I don't get it.
Well, first of all, you know, since then though, the female custode
Shit's pissing me off, dude.
thing kind of been like, you know, not mentioned much, right? We had rumblings. Well, we knew for a fact, for example, Custodes 10th edition sold like crap because of the lore changes. We knew that for a fact. We also knew that GW was cagey with bringing it up ever since the Tithes, like ever since the Tithes episode 2. We knew that.
Y'all still hearing the echo?
We saw Joy Toy Warhammer just release Custodes action figures with they ain't no female heads on that. And then they released Sisters of Silence not long after. That was just that was like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. It was one of the two. But you know, it's like GW's been kind of cagey with bringing it all up. You know, with mentioning female custodes. Well, here's the fun part. So this little ditty, the ultimate guide to Warhammer 40,000 by Guy Haley and Gav Thorpe. Now I've seen it before. People trying to say this doesn't count because GW themselves didn't push it. To which I say, this was written by Guy Haley and Gav Thorpe, two of their senior writers. Guy Haley, I'm fairly certain, is the head of creating lore for Warhammer 40,000. We don't need to bring up Gav Thorpe's seniority for how long he's been there. But now, this book was already kind of like 9/11 for, woke tourists, just because of, and this was in a former video I did, you can go look it up on my channel, where they confirmed Warhammer 40k is not satire. At best, they pay lip service to the idea that first edition had satirical elements. Now, that was bad enough. The woke cope was hard. It went hard. But you ultimately can't, all you can do is cope against written canon.
Written canon is written canon. I don't understand how you can make an argument against this. But another thing I don't understand is, what do you stand to gain? Like, there's no way that they believe women are actually playing Warhammer, right? There's no way that exists. But this is absolutely why everyone believes it's indoctrination. Okay? This is why everyone believes it's indoctrination. You cannot convince anyone that women are actually playing Warhammer 40k. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. So what benefit do you gain by putting women into this thing? Oh, we're just trying to invade your space. That's it. That's it. That's all they want to do. They want to invade your spaces. You can't have it, sir. You thought you was going to have a space to yourself? No. No. You can't. The age of men having spaces to themselves is over. It's absolutely over. you Mazir says, hold up, what is a woman? Sir, what is a woman? What is a woman?
Well, it's now been discovered. And I've got the screen caps for my digital edition of this right here. I am going to be buying a physical version of this now, but from the digital version of the Warhammer 40k Ultimate Guide, official published canon, we have this little entry. Let's read it out. This is about the Talons of the Emperor, the Sisters of Silence, and the Adeptus Custodes from the Ultimate Guide. As a legion of exceptional individuals, the Adeptus Custodes are less regimented than other Imperial forces, with promotion based entirely on merit. The Captain General leads, aided by a group of 10 tribunes. Below the tribunate, commanders of individual forces are known as shield captains. Armies or shield hosts are formed from across all 5 orders. Dozens of other sub-organizations, brotherhoods, and groupings run through the order, such as the Companions, Wardens, Shadow Keepers, or Solar Watch. Some are entirely ceremonial, others of genuine military application, while many simply exist to acknowledge the talents and deeds of their members. In this way, the Custodians keep their true structure impenetrable. Now, note they call it a brotherhood. Brotherhood.
Women can be brothers too. Women can be brothers too. Haven't you heard? I hate being alive.
I say over and over and over again, I hate being alive. I hate being alive. I hate breathing. I hate being alive.
I hate it.
Tremendous pain. I'm in tremendous
I hate it. I hate
pain.
it. I hate it. Okay. Women can be brothers too. You ain't heard? Your sister is now your brother. Why? Because the woke said so. The woke said so. Sorry. It is what it is. They said it. They said it. Yep.
This was after the it was renamed a gathering in the 10th edition codex. This is a direct assault against the wording of the 10th edition codex. But it gets better. Let's read this. This is the next section of the book. As custodians accumulate victories, they are rewarded a name to commemorate each one. Though these are kept secret from those outside the Legion, and in public, a custodian will continue to use the name granted to him upon his investiture. Deed names are those of ancient kings of Terra, inscribed inside a custodian's armor or tattooed on their skin, often in a form impossible for normal humans to read. As is usual for elite members of the Imperium, the custodians are vastly outnumbered by those who serve them. For example, their histories are recorded in huge, illuminated tomes by dedicated scribes. It is a great honor with a heavy price, for the servants are rendered mute, so they do not speak the secrets they know. Continue to use the name granted to him upon his investiture. Female custodes are officially dead. They are dead as a concept. This was published in October. This was made after the Custodes Codex. This was put into production after the Tithes Episode 2. This is a direct destruction of the female Custodes retcon. We are so back right now. And
there you have it. I had to let them explain. I had to let an actual Warhammer fan explain this, because I don't want to speak out the side of my damn neck. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been with the Warhammer fan base for decades and decades and decades, so I had to defer to somebody who knew exactly what was going on out here in these Warhammer streets. And to me, guys, this is more evidence of civil war. I always tell y'all, I've been saying it since I started the channel. I've been saying it since I've been on Saturday Night Hypnosis. There isn't like some secret organization at the top that's evil and trying to control everything. There's just people with agendas. Now, one group may have more powerful people than the other, so it might be winning. That's possible. But when it comes to people with agendas, this is why I don't really believe in the Illuminati as a whole concept. Like the idea that there's a a big ass table full of rich and powerful people at the top running everything. It's absurd to me because those motherfuckers would have so many different agendas. They would never be able to coexist long enough to actually make a new world order happen. Now, I might be ignorant. I might be dumb, but this is the same thing. They were just telling us that female custodes or custodes, however y'all say this, what was a thing. And now it's immediately being retconned. Why? Because there were people behind closed doors who thought it was stupid too. It's a fact. It's dumb. Our audience isn't responding well to this. You told us that if we put female custodes in the game, we was going to get a financial boom from all of the women who was going to feel seen and heard and included now. Well, congratulations. Y'all see any women running around dressed up as freaking Space Marines? No. Sorry. It don't exist. It ain't real. Mr. What's his name says low-key they could pull the whole Crusader lore where the next person uptakes the mantle and name regardless of the sex, which would still be weird. Let's continue.
The female custodes are gone. It's that simple. There's no mention of them in the Ultimate Guide. And now I know what you're thinking. This is a digital copy. This could be falsified. This could be edited. To which I will point out the following. These are screen caps of the physical copy. Shout out to Wokehammer Els on Twitter for posting these screenshots. We're going to zoom in. We're going to take a look. Look at that big fat him upon his investiture over that highlighted there. I mean, like just.
Although I hate to burst your bubble, bro. Sorry. But him can refer to her as well. Can I get a griff? Can I get a griff? I'm just saying. It could be a tranny. It could be a woman who identifies as him. I'm sorry. It's just the times we live in. It's just the times.
Oh, while we're at it, self-organizations of brotherhoods. Again, this is the physical copy. You can't cope about it being an edit of the digital version. This is how it was published. GW really have memory hold. Female Custodes, they've swept them under the rug. It is exactly as I predicted it would happen. A silent removal, published officially without any kind of, fanfare, to return things to normalcy, to bring the lore back on track. We won. That is the long and short of it. You, the fans, the real fans, you let your voice be known. You told Games Workshop you did not want this. You hit them in the sales where it hurt. You hit them in their public reputation. You almost hit them in their deal with Amazon by contacting Amazon. Like, look, I'll be the first to tell y'all, I do not believe Amazon demanded this. I genuinely don't.
Why not? They got too much power. Amazon has way too much power to be like, we don't want this, but I guess we'll let y'all have it. Stop it.
But that said, y'all hitting Amazon with the letters to the point where, as Arch reported, Amazon was actually answering with people and not AIs. They heard this, and they probably heard this and told GW, "Hey, what the fuck y'all doing to your IP? We're trying to make a deal with this. You're making yourselves look bad. Like, this is your victory. I reported on this a lot. I made my comments, but I'm not going to claim any kind of sole victory for this. This is on all of you, the fans.
So they retconned it. Now, what I find interesting is the apology was not as loud as the disrespect. Ain't that something? The apology was not as loud as the disrespect, ladies and gentlemen. I got to talk to y'all like Dr. Umar. The apology was not as loud as the disrespect. You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? Ladies and gentlemen, you don't find that suspicious. Listen, Cryptid Beats know what I'm talking about. Because they didn't want the backlash. They made this loud ordeal about, oh yeah, we're gonna add female custodes into the game and all that stuff like that. And then they realized they had to walk it back. They couldn't announce, hey guys, by the way, we're taking away the female custodes. If you would have never grifted to begin with, you wouldn't have to roll back the grift. Now you rolling back the grift. It's being reported on, and now you're going to look silly. Mr. What's his name says, people like lore history, and when you go messing around with it, people who care are going to speak out. That's a fact. That's a fact. You're not going to sell me this idea, this dream for 30 plus years, and then because all of a sudden you became a feminist, try to change it. No. No. That's not how that works. Mr. What's his name says, quick question though, why such an early stream? It's crazy. That's crazy. We just got finished talking about that. That's crazy. Basically, the long and the short of it is, Mr. What's his name? Is it me or my hat looking real deflected now these days? The fuck is going on? The fuck? But yeah, though, the long and the short of it is my work schedule changed, and the noon schedule was working, but my work schedule changed, so I gotta clock in at noon nowadays. So we testing the morning stream to see, how well that does. All right. But yeah, I mean, shout out to you Warhammer fans. Shout out to the Warhammer fans. I mean, you got the dub you was looking for. Again, the apology wasn't as loud as the disrespect, but a dub is a dub. You feel me? The hell is going on? Like, my shit like this hat on my head like a raisin right now. Like a goddamn raisin. It's all deflected and the hell. There we go. It's a little bit better. God damn. She was looking like a she looked like a damn raisin on my head. Okay, anyway. All right. So yeah, shout out to the Warhammer fans. Glad y'all got the dub y'all was looking for. Let's move on. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm starving. Make sure y'all continue to hit the like button. Again, I want to reiterate, we are aiming to hit 30,000 subs by January 1st, 2026. This year's goal is we want to have 30,000 subs. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. All right. Wikipedia is the latest DEI exposed company. Infected with DEI initiatives, and it's egregious. It's absolutely egregious. This is from Libs of TikTok. Shout out to Libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok be doing some great work. That was kind of loud, I ain't gonna lie. Wikipedia's annual budget report from 2023 to 2024 reveals that they spent over 50 million of their 177 million budget on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God.
50 million? No, wait a minute. Somebody help me. Maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I'm stupid. Where the hell Wikipedia get $177 million? Am I tripping? I thought Wikipedia was like, ain't they always begging for money? Or am I tripping? $177 million from where? And they spent $50 million of it to diversify. Building knowledge as a service reflects the largest part of the budget in 2023-2024. Supporting equity represents the second largest part of our programmatic work. Programmatic. Let me go ahead and it's not even up here. I don't even have my "you stupid" meme up here. Supporting equity represents the second largest part of our programmatic work, with grants and movement support representing the majority of the budget within the equity goal. Here it is, the graph. 48% infrastructure, 17% equity, 11.6% safety and inclusion. Jesus Christ. 22.2% effectiveness. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up. Here's why it's a problem. I don't have a problem with Wikipedia being diverse. The problem is, I know how these people operate. And what they'll start doing is they'll go in and start changing shit. What was it earlier this year? It was Yasuke. It was BBL Yasuke. Where niggas at Wikipedia was literally changing Yasuke's history on Wikipedia to match, to say that he was a samurai. There was literally a war on Wikipedia where people were changing it, and then the people at Wikipedia was changing it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. BBL Yasuke was a samurai, and the historians was like, no, he was not. He was not a samurai. This is absolutely absurd. Now, I don't know anybody that's donating to Wikipedia. I didn't know people actually did it. I always saw that message. They'd be like, please donate. And I'm like, bro, I'm black. Donate to me. I'm the one that need the money. Noise pollution says, just woke up. I'm not a morning person. Hey, shouts out to you. Good morning to you. Infamous Eli says, bro, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Korean Cowboy 42 says, yes, it was all because a white guy wrote a book on BBL Yasuke or something and saying he was a samurai. Exactly. That's why I'm concerned. Now, there's an argument to be made by their side who would say, well, a lot of the history that you see in Wikipedia is history that has been altered by the people who originally wrote it. And of course, we know who they're talking about. They're talking about white people. Okay. They're trying to say that white people have whitewashed history. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I'm not an expert. History was my worst subject. I was a math, literature, and science type of nigga. That's where I excelled at. Soon as you put me in them history classes or them social studies classes, but I was in that motherfucker cross-eyed like, what's happening? What's happening? Niggas start talking to you about the Boston Tea Party and all this other goofy shit, and the aTraes was like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you about history, so I don't know. My whole thing is, if you're telling me that white people have whitewashed history all of this time, then you got to tell me where you getting your revised version of the history from. Like, niggas be killing me. Black people come up to you and be like, hey, yo, did you know that black people actually invented planes? Well, where'd you get that from? It's in a book. You got to read, brother. Read. We the real Israelites. Whatever that means. You got to read, brother. They give you a book written by some jackass born in Boston. You read the book, and the nigga just say in about 3 lines, yeah, black people really made planes. We invented planes. He don't explain where he got the information from, who he talked to, the proof. But he put it in the book. And because niggas don't like to read, they assume that just because they read it in the book, it's true. Black people have superpowers. Really? Yeah, I read it in the book. And you know niggas don't read. All right, Wikipedia, I guess. $50 million is a lot of money, though. I'm just saying, $50 million is a lot of damn money. Stop donating to Wikipedia, I suppose. Let's move on. Damn, it's so many good grips. So many good grips. All right, where do we want to go? Lord have mercy. All right, we got to go to my boy Smash JT for this one. We coming back to gaming. We got to go to my boy Smash JT for this one. CD Projekt Red is cooked. I heard CD Projekt Red got developers fleeing. They got developers fleeing, creating their own studios. And we hit up on this a little bit on Saturday Night Hypnosis. Okay. We're winning this thing, but we got to keep at it to make sure that, because remember, guys, the first Gamergate had long-term effects. You didn't know that it was happening right when it happened, but it was having long-term effects. This happened around 2016. Trump had just got into office. People like Anita Sarkeesian had came into the industry, and you didn't even know that right up under your noses. They revolutionized the industry to get what we're getting today. We're really getting, we're got all of the games and stuff that we're getting now is coming from the groundwork that was laid by Anita Sarkeesian and her friends in 2016. So think about it. The major backlash to all of this DEI stuff in gaming just happened this year. It just happened this year. So we got to keep at it and make sure that it continues to go. They continue to see the backlash. Okay. Like Cleopatra was black. Her grandma told her. Oh my God. You wrong for that. You wrong for that, but you're right. But yeah, though. So we gotta keep our foots on these people's neck. You understand? To make sure that it continues to go in the direction that it needs to go, so we can get back to having games that just made sense. You're right, Yo Mazir. Nature is healing. CD Projekt Red is cooked as if the trailer for The Witcher 4 didn't expose the reality to everyone already. The once incredibly celebrated studio of CD Projekt Red now finds themselves in an all too familiar position these days with many other than major AAA studios. Now, I got to disagree with my boy Smash JT on that one. I didn't see anything in that Witcher 4 trailer that told me that that game was going to be bad. Now, I know we're going to disagree with this. Y'all might start hitting the dislike button, but I still, to this day, you cannot convince me that Ciri looked ugly in that trailer. Sorry. You're not going to convince me. All right. Huge waves of many of the most important developers have decided to leave CD Projekt Red and instead form their own alliances, new studios. All because they are sick and tired of the woke ideologies being forced upon them at their workplace. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. The ongoing mass exodus isn't just a basic shift in unimportant, meaningless employees. It's larger than that. and it's all a clear reflection to everyone witnessing of the much deeper cultural and operational issues within CD Projekt Red. The overwhelming stench of woke mindsets and toxic positivity has filled the hallways of the once prestigious organization. That in itself has stifled the exciting creative freedoms and team morale that was previously, some could easily argue, industry leading. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. So this is one of the studios, Rebel Wolves. Hold up. Hush. Sorry about that. Y'all know how I get. All right. Couldn't breathe. Could not breathe. All right. So this is one of the studios, Rebel Wolves, okay, that they've gone on to start. Now I was alluding to on Saturday Night Hypnosis. Now, guys, it's the time for us to detach ourselves from these famous studios. Now it's time to usher in a new era of new studios being made. The best games right now are being made by studios who aren't AAA or aren't well known. Okay. You saw that Exodus game that's being made by former BioWare developers. We got to let go. It's just that simple. Yes, we all love the work that BioWare used to do. CD Projekt Red. Volition, which is shut down. Other studios. I'm drawing a blank. Ubisoft, right? Hell, Bethesda, right? It ain't the same no more. It's not the same. I'm sorry. It's not the same. It's over. It's done. Gone. Deuces. Bye. The real talented creators are leaving the big studios to go make their own studios, and they're learning. Maybe we shouldn't sell our studio to a big AAA publisher. Tiberia says, I don't care about how she looks. I care if it ends up being like Cyberpunk, where it takes 2 years to get a stable game. That is important. Let's continue. The most significant blow to CD Projekt Red's roster came from the formation of Rebel Wolves, spearheaded by Conrad Tomakiewicz. Conrad Tomakiewicz. Oh, I might hit that thing right. I might have said that thing right. Conrad Tomakiewicz. Okay. The former director of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, this new studio was formed directly as a result of CD Projekt Red's recent incompetence of leadership. He was the director of The Witcher 3. Is The Witcher 3 not one of the best games of all time? I'm just saying. Tomakiewicz, who left CD Projekt Red after allegations of bullying, which he denied and was later cleared of. Because let's be honest, this is one of those tactics that the woke often employ. Has reunited with other key figures from CD Projekt Red's past. What do I always tell y'all? It's been a minute since we talked about it. Feminine warfare. For those of you who have been watching me for quite some time, you know what I mean when I say feminine warfare. Okay? The short of it is, feminine warfare is a war tactic used traditionally by women, but men use it too because they got it from women. See, men, we fight wars on the battlefield. We swing swords, shoot arrows, fire guns, launch missiles. Women, they don't do that. Women fight in a psychological way that has longer term effects. See, there's no long-term effects when men fight. You either survived or you didn't. More than likely, you probably ain't gonna survive. Women, though, oh, they're like a poison. Their tactics are like a poison. It comes in and you got to wait for the results over time. And women have found a way to do it within corporate America. They understand the weakness of men. Accusations of bullying. This is feminine warfare. We know how to get you up out of here. Because no man is perfect. And they'll find something on you. They couldn't hit him with the Me Too allegations, so they accused him of bullying. You can always tell who actually did something by where they go next and who follows. Who was that Pixar? The guy who worked at Pixar who got Me Too'd, got let go from the company, went on to create his own studio, and most of the women from Pixar followed him. But y'all said he was inappropriate. Y'all said he was up there diddling women. So if the women truly thought that he was an inappropriate diddler, why would they follow him to his new studio? Because he never diddled anyone. He never Me Too'd anybody. Or that's not the proper terminology, but you know what I mean. And this is it. This is how they get rid of you. This is how they get you out. Allegations. It doesn't matter whether or not it's actually true or not. Yeah, you might be vindicated later, but it's too late. You're no longer with the company. What you gonna do? After they accuse you of this, you clear your name, they gonna come back and be like, you gonna go back and be like, hey, so can I get my job back? They're gonna be like, I don't know. Let's continue. The art director. This includes, among many others, Bart. Yeah, we're just going to call him Bart for right now. The art director of Witcher 3, they have come together to create what they are promising to be a AAA dark fantasy RPG saga using the Unreal Engine 5. Okay? And there is their mission statement. Okay? Rebel Wolves is a new studio, but our team has years of experience working on some of the most critically acclaimed video games of all time. We co-created titles such as The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, that's a hell of a resume. That's a hell of a resume. Listen, the game didn't launch like that. The game didn't launch the way it was supposed to, but Cyberpunk is, I'm only in the beginning of the game. I haven't played it since it when it first released and it was unplayable. And now I'm playing it on PC, and I can already tell off rip it's a hell of a game. We decided to create our own studio and run it on our own terms. Ooh, guys, look at that. We decided, what's going on with my mouse, man? Hold up. Give me a second. There we go. And run it on our own terms, he says. Chief among them, the team comes first, always. Happy people make great games. Games players want and deserve. Yes, it is as simple as that, Don DeMarco. We're industry veterans, but we're hungry for more. We want to create amazing virtual worlds filled to the brim with powerful emotions and unique experiences. Most of all, we want to share our boundless passion for video games. We know what players love because we're players ourselves. Another Don DeMarco. We're currently working on our own AAA IP story-driven RPG saga for PCs and next-gen consoles. We're humbled by the interest and we'll share more as soon as we can. Thank you for your patience. It'll be worth it. Hey, do what you got to do, buddy. Do what you got to do. So let me get this over here. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. Do what you got to do, my boy. Make it happen. Do what you got to do. They continue. One of the points that stands, he's pretty much going over what we just went over. Okay. The new studio secured a strategic investment from NetEase. NetEase, also same company that made Marvel Rivals. And you know NetEase is making bank on Marvel Rivals right now. Absolute bank. Which isn't without its own controversies attached. Being based out of communist China, you got to take a step back with all of this and see what's happening right before our eyes. Wokeness is destroying companies across the world at breakneck speed. And who always shows up in one way or another to swoop in and invest at the very bottom? China. They aren't even hiding it anymore. Now that's a concern. There was a conspiracy theory months ago that I ain't gonna say I dismissed, but I was like, I don't know about that. The conspiracy theory stated that China is purposely incentivizing companies behind closed doors to embrace wokeness, to tank their stock so that they can come in and buy. They were saying this with Ubisoft, with Tencent, right? Tencent is a China company, right? The idea is that, I guess, they want to own more American. I guess they want a piece of the big American pie, I suppose. But problem is, this isn't an American company, and these aren't American people. So, I don't know. But there is something. There is something there. I mean, China is, whether it's nefarious or not, whether it has anything to do with spreading more communism or not, I don't know. But I gotta imagine them being financially backed by China. I don't know. They might be trading in one devil for another. I don't know. Not the China people, not the Chinese people, but Chinese government. Anyway, but here we are with NetEase now ensuring they have the financial backing to pursue their vision without compromise. Yeah, right. Trust me, if NetEase come in there and say no on something, yeah, it's gonna be a no. I'm not saying that name anymore. We'll just call him Thomas for right now. That the funding, he emphasized that the funding provided by them was the last missing piece needed to go full throttle, and it's signaling a rapid push towards development with the focus on creativity and independence from the corporate constraints they felt at CD Projekt Red. Parallel to Rebel Wolves, another studio, Blank, has also emerged from the ashes of CD Projekt Red's talent pool, formed by we're just gonna call him Kanik for right now. Kanik, who was both the game director for Cyberpunk 2077 and co-game director for The Witcher 3, alongside executive producers. Bro, these names are wild. These names are wild. Marcin, we'll call him that. Blank aims to redefine game development. So here's Blank. Look like it's going to be a good game to me. Looking like a good game to me. So this is that group. This is that group. And this is, is this Blank Studio as well? No, I think this might be. No, this is Blank Studio. I don't know. Looking like it's gonna be a great game to me. That's racist. I don't care. I don't care. I don't see any influence from any feminist ideologies or diversity, equity, or inclusion. Looking like it's gonna be a great game to me. Look like it's gonna be an awesome game. Whatever it is that y'all are working on, I can't wait to see it. But CD Projekt Red is falling apart. As I said at the beginning of this segment, it is time to let go. It is time to let go. These aren't your favorite companies anymore. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. CG Projekt Red, the best talent that worked on The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk is no longer there. You just saw it. You just saw it. Oops. So, you know, hey. I gotta get some more reactions. That's not good. That's not good. All right. Before we continue, thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We're gonna get into our final. Where are ye? We're gonna get into our final story. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. I know it's pretty early. We're gonna do we're also gonna be streaming tonight at 10 o'clock as well. So we're just gonna be more dicking around, you know, playing some games, doing whatever the case may be. So yeah, 10 o'clock. We also gotta play Metaphor. We gotta continue playing Metaphor. All right. Get back on that. Get back to work. I gotta get back to work. It is what it is. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our final story. I appreciate you all for being here. Let's do it. This is coming from Fandom Pulse. Okay. Let me zoom in on this thing. Look. Now this was surprising to me. Gears of War EP blast Avowed and art director Matt Hansen. Why would you say this? Now, if you've been around, you know that we covered Matt Hansen, one of the developers at I guess the head developer at Obsidian, who came out and went at Elon Musk for talking about pronouns in video games. It was a big shitstorm. And now to have the executive producer of God of War dunking on you, I keep telling y'all, they keep trying to spin this like only we talk about this. No, it's being spoken about everywhere. Let's keep going. Gears of War executive producer Laura Fryer, who worked on Gears of War and Gears of War 2, blasted Avowed and its art director, Matt Hansen, after he disparaged Elon Musk. Okay. Fryer commented on Hansen's actions in a recent video uploaded titled The Games Industry Elephant. All right. So in this video, the first recaps what happened regarding Avowed and Hansen. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see.
I personally find this situation baffling. Does he know Elon personally?
Okay.
Decided to post some comments publicly.
Here we go.
Weird habit that drives people crazy. I tend to fidget when I'm thinking. If I have a pen in my hand, I'll click it. If I have the mouse in my hand, I'll click on the screen. I'll highlight text. I'll unhighlight it. Well, one day I was reading an email from him, clicking away, highlighting random text, and I saw that there was a paragraph of invisible text at the bottom. It was invisible because it was white text on a white background. Of course, it was mean and it hurt my feelings, but I didn't get mad at him.
Wait. What? Hold on. I need to see what she's talking about. Apparently, she has her own YouTube channel. Let me run that back a little bit.
All signs were good. The second issue was that he was killing morale. At the end of Gears, several of the people on my team left their...
I don't know. We might have to run this whole video. Yeah, let's run this whole video. I gotta see what she's talking about.
When I started playing video games, it was a fun pastime where you connected with family and friends. Game developers were passionate. They put their heart and soul into their games because they knew if they could land a hit, they could do it again. Sometimes this is called the pinball motivation. Opinions about games were freely shared and everyone enjoyed the discussion. After all, it's just games. Sadly, this is not the world we live in today. Gaming is surrounded by division and acrimony. Sharing your opinions about your gaming preferences has become a flashpoint. So how did we get here? How did a fun hobby get surrounded by so much anger?
It got invaded by activists. it got invaded by activists. We got some super chats rolling in. Hold on. First of the bunch, we got Furious Dan.
My nigga.
He goes, I might get Monster Hunter and add you in, aTraes, and play with you guys. It's up to you. Oh, absolutely. 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 Okay? Absolutely. When Monster Hunter drop, we're going to be playing that thing. And then we got another one from John Ricks.
My nigga.
He says, oh no, he doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything at all. Thank you for the $5, bro. We're at 4 out of 15 super chats. Okay. 4 out of 15 of the teal ones at the very least for the goal. Okay. Let's go.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I love making games. I love game developers. I love playing games. I want the industry to thrive. And in some ways, the industry is okay. There are many games that are doing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
As many of you have pointed out, we also have a culture war raging around gaming, and it's destroying some of our favorite franchises and studios. There are several reasons we are here today, and like many things, what you'll find at the heart is a series of small steps by good people with a few bad actors mixed in. If you look back in gaming history, you will find that controversial content is not new. Games have always had strong narratives. This is because games start as ideas that are eventually translated into digital form. Teams start by gathering reference material from the world around them to help define what is in their mind. They pull from the lore of a franchise, sometimes history, current events, movies, other games. Games are creative dialogue on what has been and what might be, and reference material has a narrative. It has a perspective. It's easy to see this if you read a history book, because you will hear wildly different opinions on what happened based on where you grew up. Game developers naturally end up exploring themes and ideas based on what inspires them, and I would argue that's a good thing. Developers should be exploring and innovating, but they need to understand where they are. They need to understand their risk, because even though strong narratives in games hasn't changed, what appeals to the broadest audience possible has narrowed. It's easy.
You can say that again. Wait, Phoenix Sigma says no audio. Y'all can't hear it? Hold up. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way y'all wasn't hearing any of that.
To alienate large groups of people if expectations aren't met. And this is what I think happened with Dragon Age. Games start by gathering reference material from the world around them to help define what is in their mind. They pull from the lore of a franchise, sometimes history, current events, movies, other games. Games are creative dialogue on what has been and what might be, and reference material has a narrative. It has a perspective. It's easy to see this if you read a history book, because you will hear wildly different opinions on what happened based on where you grew up. Game developers naturally end up exploring themes and ideas based on what inspires them, and I would argue that's a good thing. Developers should be exploring and innovating, but they need to understand where they are. They need to understand their risk, because even though strong narratives in games hasn't changed, what appeals to the broadest audience possible has narrowed. It's easy.
That's what she was saying before. What appeals to the broadest audience possible has narrowed. I don't know if are you still saying y'all not hearing anything? What the hell?
To alienate large groups of people if expectations aren't met, and this is what I think happened with Dragon Age. They made an expensive game that didn't appeal to a large part of their current fan base. That means they lost sales, and now they have to go out and acquire new fans if they want to make their money back, or at least make enough money so that EA lets them make another game. For me, it's been interesting to watch this change in the industry. Game publishers used to put in extra effort to avoid offending people. They wanted to make games that would appeal to the broadest possible audience. Microsoft, for example, was very risk-averse. I remember when Terminal Reality was doing the second version of their game Fury Cubed, and they wanted to call it Hellbender. Well, marketing was upset. They were worried that putting the word hell in the name of a game next to the Microsoft logo was going to damage the brand. And so that team had to go to Bill Gates in order to get approval. I experienced this caution personally when I was producing the...
That's wild. That's wild. which is crazy with the times we live in now, where it seems like the developers are actually trying to offend you when making the game. That's why.
Game Fighter Race. I was asked to demo it at a Microsoft shareholders meeting. During rehearsal, I said that I was going to jump in the game and shoot down some people. Everyone freaked out. The executives thought that language was too edgy for Microsoft shareholders, and instead they asked me to say I was shooting at targets. Then there was that time we were in the final days of making Deadly Tide and someone noticed there was a problem. You see, if you slow this down and you look closely, you'll find that New Zealand was just left off the world map. Of course, Microsoft New Zealand noticed and asked us to fix the problem. But after a lengthy discussion, the team decided to pass. They didn't think people would notice, and if they did, Microsoft could just tell them it's sunk in this fictional world. There was also that time when all the Microsoft distributors in Turkey were arrested because Encarta 95 had released with a map that included an area for Kurdistan. That one did get fixed. Of course, Microsoft was a good company. They didn't want people getting arrested, and they knew they couldn't expect game developers to be well-versed in geopolitical issues. So they started hiring. They hired a group of localizers and created an entire group to help the product teams be sensitive to those issues. You couldn't have a game developer putting the Microsoft brand at risk.
So basically what she's saying there is that there have been Sweet Baby Inks around for quite some time. The difference though is that they come in to diversify. No. Okay. They were coming in, like she said, New Zealand. If you're going to put New Zealand in the game, you got to make sure you do it right, which is what they were there for, right? Which is what they were there for. Let's continue.
After having those experiences, I'm baffled about some of the things I'm seeing today. Did any of the executives at Ubisoft question whether or not doing Assassin's Creed Shadows was a good idea? I've been to Japan many times. I've worked with Namco as the producer on Revenge of Arcade, and during Xbox, I managed a team there. I love the people and the culture, and based on that experience, I would never have agreed to do this game, because even if you handled it as delicately as possible, it's easy to make a mistake. And I think they have. The game isn't even out, and it's already mired in controversy, and this...
Nigga, they have made several mistakes. Several mistakes. Holy, they've made so many mistakes. I mean, it's insane, right? The Tory Gate is absolutely insane. She cooking. I'm glad we watching this whole video. She is cooking.
Isn't what you want for your game. Maybe it'll blow over and they'll be able to navigate this. But if not, that was a very expensive experiment. I had a similar situation when I was in the final months of shipping Crimson Skies. One of the team pitched a game that was like Sonic, but instead of a hedgehog as the main character, they wanted it to be a totem pole. A few of us playfully nicknamed him Tommy. The pitch was great. The game sounded like it would be a lot of fun, but I said pass. You see, there is symbolic meaning behind totem poles, and even with good intentions and great care, I wasn't convinced we could navigate that complexity. Also, Xbox was just kicking off, and we had more than enough on our plate. We didn't need to take on more risk. It's funny because I thought everyone was in agreement, but when I went to work on Xbox full-time, I found out that the team went ahead and spent thousands of dollars to further investigate the idea and decided it was too risky. I wasn't upset about the differing opinions regarding direction. Good teams disagree all the time, but when the decision is made, they get back to work, and if they can't, well, they need to leave the team. We called it disagree, but commit. Of course, not everyone followed the principle, but those were the expectations. In fact, I remember when I was in the final stages of shipping Gears of War, we had one leader that didn't think the game was going to be successful, and he was going around to the team and telling them that we were doomed to fail. There were several problems with this situation. The first is that all of our data showed that Gears was definitely going to do well if we could finish the game at decent quality. Reviewers loved it, external playtesters loved it, the test team loved playing it. All signs were good. The second issue was that he was killing morale.
He was obviously wrong. Whoever was going around saying that was wrong. Not a question. I remember when the first Gears of War came out. I remember when I first saw the trailer for it, I was like, damn, that's the most realistic looking game I ever seen. I mean, like as far as like graphics and stuff like that. He was obviously wrong, okay?
Morale. At the end of Gears, several of the people on my team left their families and temporarily relocated to North Carolina to help the game ship. It is really difficult to be away from your family and trying to finish the game and have someone telling you that you're doomed to fail. And the last issue is that he was showing poor leadership. When you are leaders on a team, you go to a room, you hash out your disagreements, and then you try to leave those disagreements in the room. You try to bring a united front out to the team. One day I get a call from Epic because someone on my team is actually there and crying in the hallway. And this is why.
Is that her? Hey, shouts out to the vet. Shouts out to her. Ain't that something? A woman. Didn't need no diversity, didn't need no inclusion. She was just in there doing her thing, and she was successful. I wonder how long she was in the industry.
Because this person is being so divisive. It turns out that he'd had a disagreement with someone on the team at Epic, and he was upset with them. He couldn't let it go, and he wanted me to remove that person from the team. Of course, there are situations where it would have made sense to have that conversation, but wounded feelings this close to ship wasn't one of those. I also explained a hard truth that management would likely replace everybody on our team before they would replace Epic. You see, they were the creators, they were the talent. We were important, but we were there to support them, and that made us more expendable. I was trying to be honest with him and help him see the situation, but it didn't work. He continued with his negativity, but he just hid it better. He also added me to his list of complaints. It's kind of funny how I found out that he was still mad. I have this weird habit that drives people crazy. I tend to...
Is she outing him? I noticed as she's talking about this person, there's a very specific guy on screen. Is she outing him? Oh, that's very petty. That's very petty if she is.
Complaints. It's kind of funny how I found out that he was still mad. I have this weird habit that drives people crazy. I tend to fidget when I'm thinking. If I have a pen in my hand, I'll click it. If I have the mouse in my hand, I'll click on the screen. I'll highlight text. I'll unhighlight it. Well, one day I was reading an email from him, clicking away, highlighting random text, and I saw that there was a paragraph of invisible text at the bottom. It was invisible because it was white text on a white background. Of course, it was mean and it hurt my feelings, but I didn't get mad at him. I empathized with him. I know sometimes it's really hard to control your emotions. So instead of grabbing that ball of anger and sending it right back at him, I decided to let it go. That said, I didn't drop the issue, which was his destruction of team morale. I just let my personal hurt go and instead focus my energy on supporting the team and the game. I decided...
Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe she actually let it go? I don't believe that. She had to retaliate in some way. She would have been justified in retaliating. Nigga, you gonna write a paragraph saying I suck? Okay, let's find out. Let's see how bad I suck. Hey, yo, pause. Mm-hmm.
Pause.
My bad. Let's keep going.
To show him through my actions a better way to lead. I feel fortunate that social media wasn't a thing then. I would have been devastated if he had taken his feelings publicly, which is what appears to have happened recently at Obsidian. If you haven't heard, the art director of the game Avowed, which is set to ship early next year, decided to post some comments publicly about his game. Apparently there are pronouns in the game, and Elon Musk reacted on X saying that having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable. To which the art director responded, "I wanted so badly to make him mad with my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default, you said little shit." I personally find this situation baffling. Does he know Elon personally? Why does he want to make Elon mad with his game? Why would you say this to someone who is easily one of the most controversial people on the planet, and therefore has millions of people reading his posts? This interaction may be the one impression that people will ever have of the game Avowed. To be clear, I'm fine if Elon ends up not buying it. That's his choice. What I'm not fine with is a leader putting his team and game at risk. And this is where social media comes in. At any point, you can read something, get offended, and with one emotional outburst online, you can change your game's momentum. You can ruin years of a team's work. Of course, Avowed is likely going to be review bombed. There are plenty of people that are more than happy to join in the fight. Avowed is now mired in controversy, and when they launch, they will have to overcome this situation. And that's the tragedy, because it sounds like it might be a great game, and it's heartbreaking to think that it may never get a chance. I feel sorry for the team that's working on the game, because having all of this going on while you're trying to final a game, it's not fun.
So it turns out that not only will I be the one who will know as first which game wins tonight, but I actually also know which game is going to win next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, how do I know this? Well, an oracle told me. She said, change is coming.
If you're wondering why I'm optimistic, it's because I believe in people. I think that there are only a few people who are causing this divisiveness. It is not the majority. Most people want things to be better, and so they will be. And I believe we will eat that elephant together, one bite at a time.
They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect.
Okay, there we go. Wow, that was a good video. Shouts out to her and her 17 years of experience. Thank you, Brelio, for letting us know that. I mean, I love the way that she explained all of that, and she never took a side. Like, from watching that video, she's not choosing a side. She's not pro Gamergate or against Gamergate or anything like that. I mean, she's with gamers, of course, but her saying that is everything that we've seen. Why would you put your developers at risk, your game at risk by going at Elon Musk? Of all the people you could go after, why would you go at him? He literally has the power to tank your entire studio. And that's who you chose to go at. You're getting everything you deserve. You're getting everything that you deserve. And the former executive producer for Gears of War is telling you that. So I don't want to hear no more of this nonsense about, this is conspiracy theories. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody, you guys are a fringe, small minority. No. This shit is being talked about everywhere. She's right. The games industry is mired in controversy. There's a culture war going on. It is. And if you keep hitting back, we're gonna hit back harder. It is what it is. I love the fact she didn't take a side at all. She just spoke objectively speaking. I'm gonna reach out to her. No, we can't get her on New Black Street. We can fuck around and get that woman a heart attack. But I'm gonna reach out to her, see what she say. You know what I'm saying? Awesome video. Awesome video. Anyway, all right, guys. So that was our final story. I'm about to have to clock into work in a little bit here. So I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. Remember, guys, 30,000 subs this year. I gotta hammer it. I got a pride issue. I do not like begging for stuff. I don't even like asking for stuff. I might mention, if y'all see in my videos, I barely even mention subs. I tell y'all, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and that's it. But this year, I think I'm gonna have to start. Just hitting at home. If we want to hit double or nothing, I gotta put it everywhere. Double or nothing. That is this year's slogan. We doubling or nothing. We got to get to 30,000 subs by the end of 2025. That is the goal. I am going to, continue to upgrade the channel to incentivize it, do whatever I got to do. But we got to get to 30,000 this year. Okay. Hypnotic and company. There's no way that we can allow for Smash JT and Hypnotic to both be at 100,000 subs this year, and we still at 15,000. Now I have no doubt that we'll get to 20,000 this year, but damn that, I'm trying to double it up. All right. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all check out the Squabble Shop. Make sure y'all subscribe to New Black Street. Let me read a couple of y'all comments before we take off. Phoenix Saga says, I would have got receipts on him and his actions. She probably did. Nacho Ninja, what's going on? This shit been going on since 2014. Facts. Actually, we got a super chat in the building. Shouts out to that boy, Furious Dan.
My nigga.
Okay. He says, I hate censorship more than woke. Without our voices, woke keeps on going. Facts. And that's why we're going to keep hitting them where it hurts. We're going to keep hitting them where it hurts. But anyway, it's 12 o'clock. I got to clock in for work. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Okay, Eastern time. For those of you on the West Coast, you're probably like, what the fuck? This nigga got me fucked up. I understand. I perfectly understand. Watch us on playback. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.